And welcome to 2017. My name is Vanessa, also known as Beyond Your Sun Sign. So I'm going to get right into it. This is your reading for January 2017. I have an amazing feeling about 2017. It's a new cycle in numerology, so we have all of the energies of the universe to start something new, if that's what you would like to do. I've explained this to the other air sign, but if you want to use numerology to figure out what personal year you're in, which will give you some guidance on what steps you should be making this year. So you take your birth day and you add it to your birth month and you add that to the number 1. So for instance, if your birthday is October 20th, well, it wouldn't, it'd be February or March, or January, February. So October 20th would be 1, because 1 plus 0 is 10, for the 10th month, plus 2 for the 20th, 2 plus 0 is 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3, you add that to 1, aka 2017, because 2017 is 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7, equals 10, which is a 1. So just say that you were having a 4 year in a 1 universal year, that would be the start of building something. If you're having a 1 personal year in the 1 universal year, you better expect new beginnings, because that's exactly what's going to happen. September is usually the peak. So 1 personal year, new beginnings for sure. 2 personal year would be more focused on partnership, positivity, and love, and spirituality if it equals an 11. 3 personal year is all about creativity, optimism. Your schedule will be jam-packed. I had a 3 personal year last year, and it was just non-stop, made so many new friends, and it was the best year of my life. 4 is for building, is really starting that foundation. 5, you're going to see a lot of changes, freedom. 6 would be divorce, marriage, a new responsibility in home, or with family and friends. 7, pretty much turn off your phone, because you're going to be inside the entire time. It's more of an inner introspective year. 8, power year. If what you've been doing these past 7 years is conducive to financial gain, empowerment, whatever empowerment means to you, could be, a change in your body, could be a change in your work, promotion, demotion, new job. If you're having an 8 personal year in the 1 universal year, probably going to be a promotion, new job. That's pretty much what I've seen so far. If you're in a 9 personal year, there's going to be an ending, some sort of completion, focus on humanitarian efforts, especially in the 1 universal year. So when you're also, based on your personal year, if you follow numerology at all, we also have life paths, okay? And these life paths are our soul's purpose. So based on your personal year, if you're having a personal year that is the same as your life path number, which is your birthday, month, and year added together, that's going to be a very profound year for you. So if you're life path number 4, having a 4 personal year, yeah, this is gonna be a big year for you, okay? So keep in mind, for instance, during my, I'm a life path 11, and during my 11 personal year, I got married, and that really changed the game for me. My husband is a life path 6, and during his 6 personal year, he got married. We got married to each other, so it's just huge life-altering changes and advancements to your spiritual growth based on numerology. If you want more information about numerology, please shoot me a message. I'm obsessed with numerology, so I actually love getting in new examples and experiences, because it just heightens my growth when I see someone who's living up to their universal energies. It energizes me, so it is extremely selfish, but please send me your information if you want more information, okay? So I'm going to get started. I really only talk to the Aquariuses about stuff like this because I know that you guys have the mental capacity to understand it, and that might sound so mean to the other signs, but we need to keep in mind that even if we are born during the zodiac sign of Aquarius, a lot of people will still have Aquarius in their charts, whether they have their sun in the 11th house, whether they just, you know, whether even just being in the age of Aquarius, being born in the age of Aquarius. So no matter what, we have the mental capacity to understand numerology, to understand astrology, and how those energies really come to play into our lives, and how we can use them as tools for advancing our spiritual growth and our personal growth, not just, you know, our soul's growth, but also our human growth on the planet at this time. Okay, so I'm going to get started. A card just popped out. I'm going to use that as an indication that that is your situation for January. And the card is building your intuition and really just being like a chameleon. Act like a Pisces in the aspect of focusing on what you want to grasp, what you want to own. You know, be a shape shifter. Be fluid. You know, Aquarius is a fixed sign, so it's kind of hard for you guys to change your mind, especially when you guys have a belief or a system that's been working for you. It's very hard for you guys to kind of change that around. But the only way that you're going to grow and advance is to make those changes, especially in 2017. You know, 2016 was all about endings and completions. So 2017 is going to be your year of honoring your actions, honoring your intuition, honoring yourself, honoring your roots. You know, I'm really feeling like in your root chakra, that's where a lot of the changes are going to be manifesting, okay? So a lot of the times, the best way to kind of figure out how to manifest the world that we want is to let go of anything from the past. But if you don't know what to let go of, how are you going to let go of it? So it's okay. It's safe to look within. It's safe to look behind you. Figure out where your roots are from. What happened in your ancestry that you might be playing out the karma for, and release it. You know, Ancestry.ca is an incredible tool to kind of, a lot of times it's really just talking with your family. You are an air sign. You are able to conceptualize the ideas that you want to your family and convey it to them, and for them to conceptualize it back and communicate it back for you. So ask them, what's going on? What secrets I guess secrets, because the secret is just something you don't know yet. What secrets are going on in your past and your ancestry that's kind of cutting you off from creating the world that you want, from using your magic wand, okay? So this is an obstacle and an aid. So it's really owning your emotions. It's owning that unknown territory. And a lot of times that unknown territory is in family and friends, you know? Family and friends can really be a mirror. We are born into our family because there is something that our family was lacking that we can provide for them. And as an Aquarius, that a lot of the times is just being more humanitarian, being more out there in the community, having more of a personal relationship with friends. You know, for Aquariuses, friends can really be family for them. And when they don't have, especially Moon Aquarius, family or friends and family are so important. The community turns into their family. When I started working at the flea market, it really made me realize that sense of community that was lacking in my life as a Moon in Aquarius. So that was an emotional thing for me. So honor that emotional depravity. Honor the fact that you're missing maybe a sense of community in your life, and maybe start focusing more on the friends in your life and scale back at home. And family. Honor your friends as family, because even though they're not related as blood, they also have a very important message for you, and you for them. And I'm sure in a past life you guys were connected, so you guys probably were family in a past life, so honor them as family. You know, it's okay to let them in, it's safe to let them in, and it's what you're here to do, is really take in the community as a whole and realize that we can't just be so closed off. We are all connected, right? So subconsciously, just like a lot of the other earth signs, Capricorn and Virgo, you know, subconsciously you have the tools that you need to create the world and manifest the world that you want and empower yourself and to open your eyes to the world around you, but it's whether or not you want to own it. It's there in your subconscious. It's time to bring it to the forefront, because your subconscious is actually urging you to honor yourself and to empower yourself. For too long, you've been pushed down. You know, Aquariuses are really good at intellectualizing their feelings instead of just feeling them. So if someone hurts them, they're able to understand where that person's coming from, and they're actually able to emotionally detach themselves from that and just intellectualize it. But when you emotionally detach yourself from things, you're not able to create and manifest, because manifestation is a direct result of your emotional well-being. So depending on the situation of your life right now, that's where you're really going to understand what's going on emotionally. If there's areas in your life that you're not happy with, that aren't where you would want them to be to feel empowered, it's time for you to take a step back and realize that you haven't emoted enough. You haven't felt through that area of your life enough. And that could be at home, that could be at work, that could be in your community if you are in your community. But it's really time to start honoring your emotions, owning your emotions. It's okay to intellectualize them as long as you're also feeling them. Cry it out. Laugh it out, smile it out, whatever feels good for you besides just understanding them, that's fine, but you gotta get your heart chakra involved. What I was telling some of the other signs, which isn't even necessarily a financial thing for you guys, but if you want to open up your hand chakra to receiving what the world has to give you, it's really as simple as just, you know, sometimes I just take a quartz point and I'll just actually open up my hand chakra, because your receiving hand, your left hand, is directly related to your heart chakra. So that's why we wear our wedding rings on, you know, our left hands, because the old myth, you know, comes from truth that is leading to your heart chakra. So open it up, write a symbol, some sort of something that can remind you that you are open to receiving whatever the world has to give you, whether or not that's love, whether that's abundance, whether that's money, whether that's time, whether that's empathy, sympathy, whatever it is that you want to bring in, opening yourself up to it by actually physically opening your hand chakra to it. Okay, thinking, this came up in the last spread as well, thinking that you're coming from a place of lack, worrying about your finances, worrying about that change, and feeling like you have to rely on other people in order to make those changes in your life. That's not true. You are your own authority. Your life is not as a reaction to other people's lives. Your life means something, okay? And you need to start taking the steps to honoring that. You know, make the life that you want. Stop worrying so much about the finances. Stop worrying about, you know, how you're going to be manifesting and creating the world that you want, and just start doing it. Open yourself up to it, because the thinking here, this isn't what you want on your mind. Look at that. Like, does that look optimistic? Does that look positive? Is that something that you want to be manifesting? Because if you're thinking about it, that's exactly what's going to come in. Whatever you focus on expands. You want to focus on worry and financial stress, then that's exactly what's going to come in. I can promise you that. It works both ways, though. That is the upside. You can also be bringing in the world that you want and manifesting the world that you truly desire. You know, it's the year, it's the age of Aquarius. It's really your year if that's what you want from the universe. You know, this could be the best year of your life. Start putting down those roots and start making those plans to accomplish what you want. But the first step starts with your frame of mind. So something that would have just passed, a lot of options here, especially when it comes to your empowerment. What are these options? What is all this going on? You know, too much going on, too many identifiers. Too many things are attached to your sense of empowerment and your sense of self. You know, it's time to really strip away all these identifiers and realize that you are special, you're unique, and you are whole and complete on your own. On your own, without all these labels, without all these other options that you think are telling you are making you special and making you powerful. Because when it all comes down to it, the power is in thought. The power is in spirit. It's in your heart. It's in yourself. It's not these outside forces, okay? So you have your subconscious mind is telling you to drop that away. It's either something that was in your immediate past or that you need to let go of right now, okay? So 2016 has passed, but we still have a little bit of the energies of 2016 to be bringing things to an end and to be dropping them away, okay? So December 2016 was an amazing time to create and to be optimistic about 2017, but we still are feeling a little bit of the energies of 2016, okay? Future card, future, feeling like you're being taken from, feeling like, you know, someone, it has the upper hand, but that's not the case, okay? You are your own authority. You will always have the upper hand over you, okay? You don't have to give other people that authority, all right? Nobody is taking from you unless you're giving them the opportunity to take from you, okay? I just realized how chatty I can be with the other air signs. I really, I apologize if I'm talking too fast. I apologize if I'm annotating you and just putting all this information on you. I just feel that with the other air signs, I am able to just communicate and let it flow. So I apologize if you have more earth in your chart that is, you know, can't handle it, okay? I'm going to keep going. This is you right now. So definitely being affected by the lunar phases. The next full moon coming up is in Cancer. So that will give you an opportunity to really feel those emotions, okay? The universe is urging you to use the Cancer full moon to emote, okay? Family and friends can be a pain in the back, pain in the ass for sure. They also are feeling a lot of pain as well. So any newness coming in this year when it comes to family and friends may seem like a pain in the ass at the time, but it's always on the most precious and precise plan, okay? And that's the divine plan of the universe. So it might be hard now, especially for your family and friends, but just maintain positivity, optimism, and realize that everything happens for a reason, okay? Hopes and fears, you want to get focused on your intuitive self. You are a fixed air sign, so the intuition and the emotions are harder to grasp for you guys. Depending on what your moon and your risings are, that could be changed. But it really is time to step away from the analytical side and the logistics of life and just start feeling them. Start going through the motions of emotions and using your intuition to guide you. If when you're driving home one day, you want to, for some reason you want to make a right, you don't need to think through it. Just do it, you know? And once you start just doing it, that's when your intuition is going to get stronger and stronger, because your intellect is your ego. And your ego only wants to want. It doesn't want you to be coming from a place of intuition, because coming from that place of intuition is very powerful, it is very spiritual, and it threatens your egotistical nature to want, you know, because when you're coming from an intuitive of space, you don't want. You don't want. If you do want, there's no need. There's no desire for want, because when you're highly intuitive, you're okay with the day-to-day. You're in the present moment, so there's no need to fill that wanting desire. There's no pull, because you're right here. So focus more on your intuition. That can be a scary thing because it's a muscle that you haven't exercised very often. But like I said, 2017 is allowing that energy to come through. I think 2017 is really your year to kind of take a step back from the logistical side of life and start just feeling life and feeling fun, feeling joy, and feeling free, and just feeling lighter. You know, George Michael just passed, and the message that he left is freedom. You know, I blasted that song the other day, and it wouldn't have even come up onto my newsfeed if he didn't pass. So with his passing, he left a message, freedom. Play the song as often as you can, because that is going to be a very liberating song for you. Freedom, okay? Final card is the outcome for January for you guys for 2017 for the Aquariuses, and it's really about building. You really have quite a similar spread to the Capricorn, because you guys are we all are definitely moving at the same pace, and it's really honoring ourselves that we're all going to come together and advance the world, okay? So start working on building the life that you want, because you have all the power. Stop worrying about money and stop worrying about people taking that freedom and that change from you. You can make the changes in your life on your own without other people's authority, opinion, beliefs. If the changes you want to make affect other people, which they always do, they'll get over it. Because you need to focus on what's going to make you happy no matter what. And number one, it sounds extremely selfish, but only because your ego has been told so many times that it's selfish to want happiness for yourself, which is just ludicrous. It is absolutely ludicrous to think that it's selfish to be happy when being happy spreads happiness, which is the most selfless act that we can do. Okay, so get out into your community for 2017. Spread the love, spread the optimism, stop worrying, be happy, stop thinking about it, just do it. Okay, Aquarius? Love you guys. Have an amazing January, and I'll see you in February. Okay, bye.